And we return.
Yes.
So Karen, what's Leto's music? What's blaring as you're flying out the door?
Yeah.
Oh, it was
You're
Tears
flying
for
down the road.
Fears, Head Over Heels.
Nice.
That's not Let It All Out?
No. I'll find it.
I can't remember how that one goes.
More singing.
I love Tears for Fears. They're the best. They're like very synthwave too. I feel like they're like one of the progenitors of synthwave, even without being, it's just like they have like a lot of stuff in it. It's like emo and cool. So Tears for Fears. So you're at the party. Let's fast forward. Everyone's at the party except for Leto because he's having feelings.
Yeah.
And you're at the rooftop of this warehouse that is half underwater. I don't know how you get up. Like probably there's some kind of like built ramp or something, or like walkway between buildings through windows that people have constructed. And the party itself is very like DIY lighting and sound situation. And someone is like projecting with like the latest 3D drone technology or something. It's like drones like hovering, and they're like projecting like cool imagery along the walls and like the thrifted furniture that's laid around. And there's like a DJ who is like really cute. And she's a local. She's Cubana. Cubana? I think that's how you say a lady version of Cuban. And she's really short. She has her hair in a ponytail. And she's like got like this really cool headset that like has some kind of like visual HUD construction, and that's how she's like music. And her name is, let me see. Her name is Zinc.
Nice.
Yes.
DJ.
I approve.
And y'all know her. Y'all are friends. She's the hot new shit. As far as like music, and so she's she's come to your art parties before, Tessa, or something like that. So
Rad. I think Tessa's out there dancing and having a good old time because she doesn't heard the news about Leto yet. So I think that like when Nash gets to her, she's up towards the front, like definitely within like high hottie winking distance to Zinc. If she's been noticed by Zinc or not, I'm not sure, but she's dancing.
Yeah, Zinc sees her and she winks and grins. Like
nice.
she's like in a great mood and very flirtatious at the moment.
Right. And I feel like that's sort of a DJ move, is to always be like, hey, yeah, you, like, hey, like anybody who's gonna engage with them, you always kind of want to like connect with the crowd. So
yeah, like yeah.
So Tessa doesn't really know if this is like just general good vibes. She's gonna wait until the set's over to find that out. But right now she's dancing, her bare arms up in the air, waving around. Her hair is definitely out, so it's kind of all over the place. It's taking up a lot of space. Which is fine.
Cool. Cass actually bumps into her. Or not Cass. Yeah. No, not Cass. Dominic, the boosted border.
Yeah.
Is like dancing like near her and like bumps up to her, like not like I'm dancing all up on you type of bump, but more like, hey, hi, I'm here.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, right.
And like kind of leans over to say something in your ear. Do you?
Yeah. She totally leans in.
And Dom Z's like, yo, is Nash here yet? I've been looking all over for her.
And I'm kind of shouting over the music. She cut a ride with Leto. They should have been here way before me. I don't know. And then she thinks like about a last time taking a ride with Leto. It's like, they'll be here. It's okay.
Sometimes Leto takes detours that you didn't ask for that are scenic because he's like, no, you got to check this thing out.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, all the cool stuff.
It's not always about him getting there first. He enjoys the drive. So oftentimes he doesn't get there.
Yeah. and last time Tessa and Leto like were on a road trip together. They hooked up. So she's like, who knows? Like they could be doing things, and
Yeah, maybe they're hooking up in the car right now.
We already dated, kind of not dated. It's hard to tell with Lito when you're actually in a relationship with him or not,
True.
or
yeah.
when you've broken up. It's just it's very vague.
What the hell we do?
Idly slow.
He's the worst.
So Dom like continues to shout in your ear and is like, "Oh well, Nash like invited me here on a date, but I don't know if it was a date, but I think I could turn it into a date, if you know what I mean."
Yeah. No, Nash needs to get laid very clearly. That's a thing. I think unless she's already turned it into a date with Lito, I mean, who knows? That yeah, absolutely. And she like checks Dom out like to like see how he looks. Like, is he like dressed up kind of nice?
Yeah, the
Did
Cuban
they go
hat
their way?
is still present, right? Like that white Cuban hat. But Z's wearing like, I don't know. I don't have where's my fashion in front of me? Like some kind of
It's totally cool if you don't want to like.
No, it's very important.
It's very important.
Yeah,
It is.
It's
It's
important.
it is.
Street. Okay. So Z's wearing a shirt, like kind of like a long tank top that just kind of goes down to their knees. And it's all white and it just has like multiple fonts like all across the whole thing from like different, I don't know, because maybe sneakers aren't the hot thing anymore. Maybe it's like tank tops or something.
yeah.
Sure.
So it's like some kind of like fashion collectible tank top that's like hot on the street. And yeah, and the Cuban hat. And that's it. And like, yeah, and like the shirt, the tank top's a little see-through, but they have on like some kind of like bikini, like underwear. Like instead of underwear, it's like a like neon bikini bottom or something.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Tessa like wiped some sweat away from their brow, and she's very like touchy and doesn't think necessarily that's doesn't always think to ask if that's okay, but in this like close dancing space feels like this is a very natural thing. It's like wipe some sweat out of their brow and like kind of like adjust their hat a tiny bit to like just make it, you know, sharp because it might have come loose from dancing. And she gives a very affirmative nod of like, absolutely, you should hook up with Nash. In fact, she'll totally talk about Nash too, in terms of like whatever she's been doing recently. But I don't want to get any information, so I'm gossiping. But I don't think I'm actually using the move gossip because I'm not like trying to like. I'm the one like just sharing information about Nash, and nothing like incriminating or bad. Just like what you know. I think Dominic had earlier said that Z hadn't seen Nash in like 5 days, so I'm just catching Zero up.
Are you trying to be more intimate with Dominic? Like maybe like in the process of doing that, like gain intimacy with Dominic, like through dancing or through this like sharing of information?
Yeah, I think so. I think
you don't have to, but
I mean, her goal is to connect with Dominic in a way of like, we're all partygoers having a good time and I want to feel connected to you, like via the music, via whatever we might be drinking or doing, via the dancing together. So let me read the move and see. What did you say?
It sounds like no, but it's basically getting intimate with someone in any kind of way. So it's not like you were kind of being like intimate by like sharing information about somebody you care about and showing care for Dominic in that way, kind of.
Yeah.
But that's fine too if you don't want to do that. Like,
no, let's do it. It's fun. I like rolling dice.
Sure.
Let's see if it works out. Yeah, it works out.
Check that out.
Cool. on a 10 plus, they decide how to react to your proposal of intimacy and know that you're interested. So I guess I'm gonna kind
I think
of
I'm offering to kind of hook them up with Nash. Like,
Yeah.
assuming Nash is interested, not like in a creepy way, but just like I will definitely like encourage that, and that I think that like, yeah. So like if they stick around me, I will super try to hook them up. I guess is what I'm saying right now.
Dominic shows an unusual emotion by blushing, and it's like, oh, that would be super nice of you. Cool, and like, just kind of like grooves to the jams, kind of like
Awesome.
in a way that is like, I accept this personal space as like a nice thing.
Right. So I think when Nash finds Tessa and Dom, they will definitely be dancing. Like, if it's okay, there's like the one little like platform that's right next to the DJ that's kind of hard to get to, and they've like made their way up there, and they're totally dancing. And someone might think that they were like really. I mean, they're definitely like physical and close to one another. It's not super like sexy dance, but it's definitely like very close and in each other's space a lot, or sharing space a lot, I should say.
Yeah. What does Nash do?
It takes Nash a long time, even after arriving at this party, to decide to like start engaging. Like Nash definitely is like spend some time like on the periphery, just sort of like putting yourself back together and like making space for like feeling kind of out of sorts, and you spend some time like looking at all the people there and thinking about how they're also all complicit in all the garbage that is the world.
Yeah.
And so Nash is kind of goes back and forth between like being really excited to be there, being there, and being really mad at everybody, and being mad at herself, and being mad that her tech doesn't work. And then that eventually, and that just looks like her like standing there, arms sort of crossed, like kind of glaring out, just from some spot behind like where the water is or whatever.
Do you feel like you need to pause because she's like as she's kind of getting her bearings?
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, actually, that sounds great. Yes, I like that very much.
Yay!
And then
Good, you have good moves, Kara. You have
Yeah.
moves you want to do.
You're catching on to them. It makes me happy.
All right, roll tough. I got a 6.
Sorry. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I mean, it's still a good idea.
Was it a failure?
It was a 6. So
no.
Oh, sorry,
I'm sorry.
chat. I have not had the dice up. No, they are.
Let's see. Well, Cass is here, and Cass is still about as stressed out as you are, and Cass kind of like stumbles over to you.
Yeah.
It's very clearly like levels of fucked up. Like as far as like too many mind altering substances.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, hey, you made it. That's so great. This party is good. Do you know what time it is?
I love the idea that all of those sentences are connected without a pause between them.
Yes. Nash is like, no, I don't know what time it is. Like in reflection of like you see sort of the idea of like the HUD come up, but like just like the static in the minute. It just here, water o'clock, definitely water o'clock, and we'll just
hey. Takes the water.
It's good to stay hydrated.
Yeah. And Cass is just gonna the result of your sad failure is that Cass is just gonna like stream unload at you, a bunch of feelings. They're also sad. So extra sad feelings on top of your sad feelings.
Great.
But they kind of just fade to the background, along with the dance music, and Cass isn't making much sense because they're pretty drunk slash high.
Great.
At some point, if when Tessa sees Nash, she'll definitely try to call her over, but I don't know if that's in the middle. I think so, just to like complicate it further, if that's okay with you. Like she sees you talking to Cass and is like, come on, let's dance. Yeah, exactly. And so is it visible that you're being talked at? Is it visible that you're like, because if so, she would definitely want to rescue you from that. Like, that's not a fun part of the experience.
I think that Nash certainly initially sort of tries and then gives up after a while and just like goes back to arms crossed, sort of like leaning against the wall and like is staring directly ahead and like nods.
Oh yeah. Then Tessa will actually just run over to you and grab you by the arm and be like, come on, I need to dance with Dom. And it's just like, because she's a host and she wants people to like be having a good time, and she recognizes the I'm not having a good time face and assumes that this has all to do with Cass and has no idea about the stop. So she's just kind of like, let's go, Dom wants to dance with you, let's go. She's super direct. She's not like very veiled. And
great.
Yeah. Can she get you to come with her?
Yeah, absolutely. This is lovely and good. No problem. And it's sort of even Nash will like smile to see you, even though she doesn't necessarily have anything to say.
Yeah.
And
I think it's loud enough that it's like fine. Not very many words are getting across anyway. Leto would be perfect right now. Because
best dancer amid us all.
And Tessa definitely feels bad about Cass because they're a mutual friend, and so says some like platitude of like, I'll get someone for you to dance with in a second, like I'll try. And now she's sort of gone into like, gotta make sure everybody's having a good time host mode on accident.
Interesting. Okay.
But she doesn't want to leave Cass there, but definitely doesn't want you to be stuck. So yeah, so in the moment, I want to bring you over to dance with Dom and see if like I can get the two of you dancing on that stage instead of the two of us. Like I'm trying to like insert you in the spot that I was.
Okay.
Cool. So Dom is very welcoming, and like and is like all like ready to like dance in like a cool way.
Great. I think it takes Nash a fair amount. Like Nash is also delighted that Dom is there and still doesn't have a lot to say, but is generally like both distracted and delighted and like just very slow to get started on all of this, and a little bit like is flatly distant, and trying to not be cruel about it and maybe feeling.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. You.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize I was interrupting you. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Dom goes, what took you so long?
Making friends with some police.
What happened? What the fuck? Like Z stops dancing.
Yeah.
Is Tessa around when you say this, or is she?
Totally. Yeah. There's no reason that Nash would wait. So.
What the fuck is Leto okay?
Leto's driving. Leto's great. I mean, unhappy. We're both unhappy.
Because her mind immediately went to like, Leto's not here. You're here. You talk to police. Has he been arrested? Right?
Totally. Yeah. No. Leto's fine. No, it's just. We ended up making some new friends, and that involved having to talk to some police along the way because some people got pulled over, and Nash will sort of again like spell out the things and all the things that went wrong, and then we'll mention like we'll overshare more than she might otherwise about like she changed the numbers, and how like Leto stopped and was like the person who's like didn't say anything but went to do stuff, and we'll really like celebrate Leto being like clear in what he needed to do. Like the two things are like that's very important that Nash shares, and she will accidentally share that like she did a thing that was sort of helpful, but mostly she fucked it up.
That's so funny because I think Leto would tell the story exactly opposite. Like Leto totally fucked up and Nash saved the day.
Right.
Right. And Nash like doesn't feel comfortable talking about when she's done stuff that's illegal, right? Like that's generally not a
Mhm.
thing that she shares. Right? Like Leto is kind of one of the few people that does know about that,
Yeah, Leto knows about it.
right?
Yeah.
Well, knows
But-
about like your past.
Right.
Right. But like I don't think Tessa knows that this is something that you've done much. Like
Right.
I mean, we all do low level illegal shit all the time just by sort of our existence. Like our house isn't the code, and like Tessa just put, you know, an unzoned piece of property, right? Like we all do shit that's illegal, but like tampering with like police records and shit, that's a lot more serious than,
Hmm.
Yeah.
than.
Yeah.
So she's like, holy shit, you did what? Like probably makes a bigger point of it than you necessarily would have wanted.
Right.
Out of it being impressed, not like upset, but just being like, what the oh shit, like this is serious.
You're a real good friend, Nash. Like I don't know that many people that would like go back up someone who is like standing up to cops like that on the street.
I'm not saying it was a smart move, but it was the right move. Like Leto did the right thing.
Yeah.
Cut
Yeah.
to Leto. There's still more Tears for Fears. It's a different song now.
So
Is there, since we have to wrap up, is there something that you wanted to do, Tessa, to like console Nash or
yeah, I totally want to hear Nash's story. Like I feel like Sean feels like that when you have all that like anxiety, you just need to like tell somebody about it, especially someone who isn't also feeling the same sort of anxiety. And so Tessa is like very affirmative that was a super brave thing to do on both of their parts. Like and like also kind of fascinated because like she didn't know that Nash had that many sort of connections. Like it's one thing to put
Right.
something on the hoop, it's another thing to like fuck with quotas, right? Like so so yeah, there's a mixture of like wonder and also like real deep desire to like hear the bullshit you went through.
Cool. It sounds like you're
so-
doing some emotional labor that would earn you a connectivity point.
Yeah.
I think so. Is there a way that I can help Nash?
You have to get
overcome
Nash
some
out of
of
glitch. So
Yeah.
you would have to prove to them that they are trustworthy, that you trust them.
Well, that's an important thing to me, and actually, it's less important to me to get Nash out of glitch as it is to get rid of Nash's jaded condition. I don't know if I can, but I definitely want to be like, no, like you totally did the right thing, and there is good in the world, and like you and Leto are an example of it. And I'm not sure if there is a move that does that.
You can just spend a connectivity point to heal a condition.
Yay, that's what I want to do.
Aw, cool.
So I'm sending
Awesome.
that connectivity point to like be really, really emphatic and very loud and yelling over the music that like,
Okay.
no, you totally did the right thing. You saved a friend. We all have to like rub up against each other and shout in each other's faces because the music's so loud.
And it's sweaty and hot because it's a hot summer night.
It's sweaty and
Yeah.
hot.
And do I have the right feel of this? That is Dominic also still part of this conversation, or is this the three of us doing that, or is this the
Dominic is still
two?
totally there unless you've like pushed.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So there was like room for 2 people on this tiny little space, but we're making it work for 3. And
Great.
that's why it's really like up in each other's business. And like
Great.
and the dance moves have to be a little bit more muted because of it. Like we can't be like super like big motion, but that's okay.
Great. And I think so that transition on Nash's part means that Nash starts like unfolding and unwinding and engaging more avidly and starting to actively participate in this party.
Cool.
Do you feel like you are trusted? Do you feel like I think both Dominic and Tessa trust you. Like you said, like I did this illegal thing. We're like, that's cool. You did the right thing.
That okay.
It's totally up to you.
No,
but,
having that affirmation of a thing that Nash did not inherently mean to share about being really shisty.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I hadn't thought about that. I feel like that meets that. Is that Kira?
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
As long as it's okay with you, it works.
Mhm. Awesome.
how you feel about it.
Yeah.
Great. So then, thus partying.
Yeah. So
Do we
then
need to? Yeah.
I'm curious as to how Leto enters the party
Oh.
as we like say goodbye.
Okay.
Unless there's any other moves, unless there's anything else we want to do.
No, you could totally do that. And then I just want to go over our points real quick before we wrap.
Cool.
I think at some point you just notice that Leto's there.
He doesn't
kind
ever
of-
arrive. He
He
just
sidled back in. He didn't want to make a big entrance or anything, so he sidled back in, and like you notice him like getting a drink or something, and someone is talking at him, and he's doing that Leto thing where he stands there and gives like just enough physical response that they think that means that he's listening.
It's Cass.
Yeah, yeah. Cass is talking
Uh-huh.
Of
to
course,
him.
it's Cass.
And he's just kind of
Oh,
politely nodding, but is just looking out, staring out to the middle distance.
nice.
Can we? Would it feel good to close this by Nash sort of like waving at you and like calling you over? Or like would Leto want to be rescued out of that? Like, do we perpetuate this cycle of like?
I think Leto's good. Like
Okay,
this is normally how he does in a party.
great.
Is he stands there and gives barely enough
Right.
of a response to people, and then they just start telling him way too much and oversharing.
Now you're dating.
Yeah, a little bit.
By Leto's definition of dating, possibly.
Surprise. Yeah.
Awesome.
Whoa.
Cool. All right, yeah, let's
Cool.
do the end of
All
game
right.
things.
So let's end there, although the party may continue next session.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's still some partying to do.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. Yay.
Thank
So I was just looking at your character sheets to see how much sync and connectivity points you had, and it is like a lot.
Yeah, we should do some group moves next time.
Yeah, it's super cool. It looks like Leto has 2 of each,
Mm-hmm.
and Nash has 4 sync but 0 connectivity, and Tessa has 5 sync and 1 connectivity.
That reminds me, I wanted to ask about in regards to, even though Leto didn't voice it, Nash in leaving the scene where the police had pulled over our new friends in the car, and Nash trying to affirm like all these unspoken things, would that count as some of that emotional labor? I meant to check in on that. Okay,
I'd say so.
so
yeah,
then
yeah, absolutely.
just trying to get a gauge on what that looks like. Great, please
Yeah.
continue.
I have that on. There's like a list of examples on one of
Okay,
the basic moves, which I think is accessible on the PDF for more specificity, but I won't go into it now because it's a long list.
great.
Cool. So with those things in the future, you could do group moves. And group moves, like for example, the lowest level one is called Splice, and it costs 1 sync and 1 connectivity point per player. So if you want to do that group move called Splice, you can add an extremely useful NPC to your group, get access to the NPC's skills or tools. And I haven't figured out a way to do this on the D20 thing, but when you do a group move, it acts against the factions that are in play. And each of the factions, I don't know if this will show up at all, have like different dots associated with them.
I've got it up on
Yeah.
on the stream, so everybody's seeing that, even though it's probably a little too small to read, but
Oh yeah, that's weird. So so each one of those, like I haven't assigned them yet for this game, will be like one of the factions, and you have to get, clear all those dots basically before the faction is out of play. So that's kind of what you could do. We could do next session as well, is try to like do one of those moves.
yeah.
Cool. Thanks everybody. This is super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a real good session. In the beginning, we had a lot of just like, what are our characters up to on a regular day, without a lot of tension, and then it ratcheted up very quickly and feels like they live in a real world with shit happening, and that was great.
Yeah.
Yay.
I liked all of that a lot.
Yeah,
Yay.
cool. Well, let's all say adieu, because I know we got to get folks got to get rolling.
Yeah.
I'm Sean. I use he/him pronouns. I'm Very excited about playing this game and about more things on actual play. A fun thing for me is I just got the prints for the Big Bad Con posters
I'm so excited for these
that we're
posters.
going to have on backer kit. So, and we'll have them at the con as well. So that's the Atomic Pixies made this for us.
We got
And
them as
Can you-
stickers last year in Baba Yaga's gift box, and I've had it on my fridge, and I've been telling Sean for a year, hey, wouldn't it be great if this were poster size? And now it is, and I'm so excited.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so beautiful. They're cuddling, and it's Art Nouveau.
I know. I love it.
I love Art
Yeah,
Nouveau.
it was this tiny little sticker, and thank goodness the art was done at super high resolution, so it blows up to
Mhm.
12 by 18, no problem. And
Yeah.
really lovely. So excited to get those prints in. So those will be available to people from Backer Kit, and yeah, I'm real. Once that goes out, hopefully in the next couple days. So
Mhm.
I'm super excited. How about you, Karen? What's exciting you?
My name is Karen, she, her. I'm very excited about playing more of this game. I really loved the feels and the fact that it's a world where we're not big damn heroes. And I really liked that very tense confrontational scene that did not lead. I mean, we did get very lucky, but it could have gone very, very bad. So I really liked that. And that's mostly what I'm excited about. I'm excited for Big Bad Con. I'm
Yay.
excited that the posters are a thing that I get to now have on my wall. So yay!
Oh gosh, thanks y'all. My name's Andy. She and her. You could, if you wanted, find me on Twitter at fictional mammal. Yeah, that's a place you can find me. And here on Actual Play, to my great pleasure and delight. You all are wonderful, and I appreciate you so much. It's really good to play games with you all. Gosh, things I'm excited about. I am finally reaching the point here in July, right? Where I'm not wearing a hoodie constantly. Like I finally caught up to the fact that like it's summertime. So I'm pretty on about enjoying being outside with sunscreen, please note. So yeah, I'm excited about being outside and remembering to like listen to things and like going barefoot. Those are things that are really great as of late. And so that's where I'm at.
That's really cool. I love going barefoot too, which drives everyone crazy when I like walk on stones or something. They're like, well, where are your shoes? Kira, she, they pronouns. I am excited about making tweaks to this game after today's playtest. These playtests helped me immensely. It was really cool watching the emergent play happen as it has happened so far, thusly. So that makes me confident in that the design is working. Yeah, I'm also working on, in addition to this game right now, a David Lynch inspired LARP that I am like designing. I think it's gonna be like laid out on cards, like a card. But that I'm working on that through my Patreon right now, which is the other place you can find me on the webs. It's Kira McGran at Patreon. And you can find that links to that all my projects through my Twitter at Kira Nanzi. So those are all the things I'm excited about, and thank you all for playing my game. This was great.
That game, like this game, is amazing. I played in Origins, and it was such a good LARP, and it was creepy, and it was amazing and delightful. So, yay for making more games!
Thanks, Sean.
All right.
Cool.
We'll see you all in the laters.